This is an NBC Connecticut special presentation.
Welcome to Kids Connection, proudly brought to you by ACES.
Hi everyone, my name is Keisha Grant. I'm a news anchor for NBC Connecticut. That means I bring the news into your home every single day. But today, we're going to do something a little different. I know a lot of you are at home right now, just like me and my children, Arabella and Grant. So we have a super fun show just for you. We have a very cool weather experiment. You'll learn all about New Britain, and just wait until you meet these guys. We're connecting you to fun. Are you ready? Are you guys ready?
Yeah.
We're ready. Here we go.
You might have heard of the saying, April showers bring May flowers. That's because spring is a notoriously rainy time here in Connecticut. So today, I'm going to show you how you can make your own rain gauge right at home. A rain gauge is what we use to measure how much rain falls. So for this project, you're going to need a few simple things: a medium to large empty clear bottle, a pair of scissors, tape, a ruler, a marker, and a little bit of water. So to get started, we're going to cut the top of our bottle, and for this, you need a parent. So you'll take your bottle and your scissors and very carefully cut off the top part of your plastic bottle. Once you have the top separated from the bottom, you can set the top aside for just a few minutes. Now, because a lot of bottles aren't flat on the bottom, we're going to pour in just a little bit of water so we have a nice even surface to start measuring the rainfall. So you're going to use that little bit of water to start measuring how much rain accumulates. Now, to keep track of that, you take a nice long piece of tape and put it on the side of your bottle. You take your ruler and you start marking how many inches are up the bottle. But keep in mind, you start where that first line of water is. Once you've marked the inches on the outside of your bottle, you're going to take your top. If you haven't done so already, take the lid off and set it inside the bottom half of your bottle. This is going to act as a funnel as we measure the rainfall. Now, to make sure it's on nice and tight, you take a piece of tape and put it around it. And you've made yourself a rain gauge. Now you're ready to start measuring rain. So you'll take your rain gauge outside, make sure you place it away from trees or the roof, anything that could get in the way of how much rain falls. Bury it in the ground just a little bit so it doesn't blow over, and start measuring how much rain falls where you live.
Today on All Around Connecticut, we're taking you to New Britain to show you the state's 8th largest city like you've never seen it before, from high above with the help of Drone Ranger. Located in central Connecticut, New Britain is known as the hardware city because of its rich history as a manufacturing center. But there's also a lot more to this city. What's all the buzz about? Well, we're excited to show you. Let's get started with the Beehive Bridge. The Beehive Bridge debuted in 2019. It was inspired by the city's seal, which was penned by forefather Elihu Burritt. It translates from Latin to "Industry fills the hive and enjoys the honey." And that's where the bee theme came from. The bridge features colorful panels in a honeycomb pattern in 4 stainless steel honeybee sculptures. And as you can see, the panels light up at night. New Britain's downtown district is on the National Register of Historic Places. It is world famous as the home of invention and manufacturing for over 200 years. Here you can find local businesses including retail shops, delicious restaurants, and arts organizations. In the center of it all is the Soldiers' Monument, created in 1900. It's a monument dedicated to Civil War veterans. New Britain's also home to the largest Polish population of any city in Connecticut. Referred to as Little Poland, the Broad Street neighborhood is home to many Polish businesses, including Polmart, the largest Polish-themed store on the East Coast. This building has many businesses inside, as well as a branch of the U.S. Post Office. It's the only one in the United States with the word poczta, greeting customers as they enter. Poczta is the Polish word for post. Across the street, you'll see the Sacred Heart Parish, which is one of the oldest Polish-American Roman Catholic parishes in New England in the Archdiocese of Hartford. There are also 3 Polish-language newspapers and a television station in New Britain. Our final stop is beautiful Walnut Hill Park. This 2-level park is a sight to see. The upper level showcases this World War I memorial garden with a monument to celebrate locals who lost their lives during the war, as well as a beautiful rose garden. On the lower level, you'll enjoy tennis, baseball, a trail, and playground. Now you know what all the buzz is about, New Britain. Hope you enjoyed this journey and all the sights from Drone Ranger.
Coming up next, we'll take you inside Connecticut's Beardsley Zoo and tell you all about red pandas and Amur tigers. Plus, find out what it's like to be a police officer. Maybe it's a job you'll want to have when you grow up.
Hi kids, I'm NBC Connecticut First Alert meteorologist Ryan Hanrahan with your weather trivia. Our first question is, what is it called when pellets of ice, sometimes as large as baseballs, fall from the sky? The answer is hail. Okay, next. In a thunderstorm, which comes first, lightning or thunder? Lightning. And finally, on a single rainbow, the red arc is always on top, in the center, or on the bottom. I'll have that answer for you when we come back.
Stick around for more Kids Connection, next on NBC Connecticut.
You're watching Kids Connection on NBC Connecticut.
Welcome back. Before the break, we asked you, on a single rainbow, the red arc is always on the top, in the center, or on the bottom. The answer is on the top. Next up, we have many zoos and aquariums here in Connecticut, including the Beardsley Zoo in Bridgeport. It's time for Wildlife.
Hi kids, it's Heidi Voigt, and today we're going to learn about 2 really cool animals that live at Connecticut's Beardsley Zoo in Bridgeport. Take a look. Check out these red pandas. They can reach a size of 42 inches long, including their tail. They weigh between 7 and 14 pounds, and they have a lifespan of about 8 years in the wild or 15 years in a zoo. Red pandas are an endangered species, and they live in remote mountainous areas of dense forest, like the mountains of Nepal and in central China. They spend most of their lives up in the trees. Red pandas have a taste for bamboo, but unlike their larger relatives, they eat many other things as well: fruit, acorns, roots, and eggs. And similar to giant pandas, they have a modified wrist bone that acts like a thumb. While the red panda's scientific name means fire-colored cat, they actually have way more in common with bears and raccoons. Their soft, dense fur covers their entire body, including the soles of their feet. They use those long, bushy tails to balance when they're up in the trees and also to cover themselves in winter. Another animal that lives at the Beardsley Zoo is the Amur tiger, and the zoo has 2 of them, Rika and Zaya. Amur tigers can be 9 to 12 feet long, with an average weight of 400 to 650 pounds. These big cats have pale yellow-orange fur with a long fur coat to protect them in temperatures as low as 50 degrees below zero. All tigers have pale blackish stripes with a distinct pattern on their face that's as unique as a fingerprint. Males are generally 1/3 larger than females. Amur tigers eat deer, wild boar, elk, bear, fish, rabbits, and birds. They're a critically endangered subspecies of tiger, but all tigers are endangered and protected worldwide. They live about 12 to 14 years in the wild and up to 25 years in captivity. Wow, those are some cool animals. We want to give a big thank you to the Beardsley Zoo for sharing that video with us and showing you all about red pandas and Amur tigers. You can check out all these animals virtually right now, and be sure to give the Beardsley Zoo a visit when they open back up.
Hey guys, sports reporter Gabrielle Lucivero out here, and listen, I know it is prime time to be out there with your teams playing softball, baseball, lacrosse, but there are some things that we can do to make sure that we get back with our teams as soon as possible. Our friends at Edgewood Little League in Bristol show us.
All right guys, bring it in, hustle in. All right, that's close enough. 6 feet apart, guys, 6 feet apart, okay? So throughout everybody's time in your life, you're gonna have something that challenges you, right? Something that you have to overcome. Today's that day, guys. We gotta overcome this, okay? So we need you all to work really hard out there today so we can win this game. Get back out on these fields playing baseball, okay? So some things we need to do, guys. We need to stay at home, right? Stay at home. You need to wash your hands. You wash your hands, good 25 seconds, right? We do that, we'll be back on these fields in no time, playing the game we all love to play. Now let me get an Edgewood on 3. Edgewood on 3. 1, 2, 3.
Go Edgewood! Go Edgewood! Go Edgewood! Stay home so we can get the field and play ball.
Now, just because you can't be with your team doesn't mean you can't keep playing. You can work on your fielding, or you can work on your dribbling. But even if you can't hit the field, hit the driveway and try something new. But no matter what you decide to do, make sure you keep your team small. Maybe grab a brother, sister, parent. Just keep practicing.
While you and your family are spending time at home, many museums are offering virtual experiences. You can tour some of the world's most famous ones online, along with awesome local museums right here in Connecticut. The Maritime Aquarium is hosting live question and answer sessions every afternoon. In addition, they're offering new virtual programs, and you can even watch some of their most popular IMAX movies online. You can also take virtual tours of the Stamford Museum and Nature Center's extensive grounds. Coming up, do you want to be a police officer when you grow up? We'll talk to a local officer about what it's like. Hang on, NBC Connecticut's Kids Connection is coming right back.
You're watching Kids Connection on NBC Connecticut.
When I grow up, I want to be a toy maker.
When I grow up, I want to be a teacher or an artist or a vet. When I grow up, I want to be a football player for the New York Football Giants.
When I grow up, I want to be a zoologist.
When I grow up, I want to be a teacher.
Hey everyone, welcome to When I Grow Up, one of our favorite segments on Kids Connection. It's the time when local kids just like you get to share what kind of jobs you're dreaming about doing one day. You know, we just heard from quite a few kids who have some really bright futures ahead of them, and we have one more local viewer who has a big dream of her own. Let's meet Lily. Lily is 5 years old and lives in New Britain. What do you think Lily wants to be when she grows up? Let's find out.
When I grew up, I'm going to be a police officer.
That's great, Lily. What a brave and smart young lady Lily is. And if Lily grows up to be a police officer, she'll be protecting the public and making sure people obey the law. It's one of the most honorable and respected jobs that anyone can have. Police officers are local heroes and help keep you and me and our families safe. Let's meet one brave police officer who works right here in Connecticut.
Hi, I'm Trooper First Class Christine Geltima, and I am a Connecticut State Trooper. I knew I wanted to be a Connecticut State Trooper when I was around my 20s. I liked helping people, and I knew that this was the job for me. So as a Connecticut State Trooper, you get to help so many people You get to have a dog if you want a dog. Imagine riding around in a car with a dog all day. How fun would that be? We get to do cool things too, like drive trucks that might carry things to help people when there's a fire at their house. They have investigators and detectives that can go and look for clues to help solve crimes, all those fun things that you get to see on TV. Things to do if you want to become a police officer is obviously you want to eat healthy foods, not all that junk like fruit snacks and puddings. Eat fruits and vegetables. You also want to listen to your mom and dad. They know what's best. You don't want to get in trouble or get put in timeout. The best thing that you can do is go outside and play. You can run up and down your driveway, pretend to do some push-ups. You know what? I bet you can challenge your mom and dad to do push-ups. See who could do more.
Great advice from Trooper First Class Christine. Now Lily knows what to do to work towards her goal of becoming a police officer someday. So if you know what you want to be when you grow up, we want to hear from you. With your parents' help, send us a video telling us what you'd like to be when you grow up, and you might be on Kids Connection just like Lily. And parents, don't forget to hold your phone horizontally like this when you record. And kids, if you don't want to be on camera, that's perfectly okay. Just send us a drawing of what you want to be when you grow up. And your drawing, that may end up right here on the show. Always remember to keep growing and keep dreaming.
Up next, we're headed to the kitchen. Tune in for a lunch recipe the whole family can make and enjoy together.
Hola kids, I'm Grace Gomez from Telemundo, Connecticut, and I'm gonna teach you Spanish words on Kids Connection. The first word is familia, which means family. So say it with me, familia. That's very good. Stay tuned. Kids Connection will be right back.
You're watching Kids Connection on NBC Connecticut.
Hi again, kids. It's Heidi Voigt, and I'm in the kitchen here at home with my family. This is my husband, David.
Hello, everybody.
And we're going to call him Chef David today because, you know, for work I do the news, but David is actually a chef.
That's right. That's right. I've been cooking for a long time.
Yeah. And these are our daughters. They are identical twins, and their names are Polly
And Violet.
and Violet. So today we wanted to bring you in the kitchen with us and show you one of Polly and Violet's favorite recipes, something they like to eat for lunch, and it's something really easy that you could do too at home. Just make sure you have an adult to help you before you get started. All right, let's do it.
All right, let's go.
Okay, Chef David, so what is the first step to making this chicken quesadilla?
All right, so we've washed our hands really, really good. That's very important. And we have a few things that we need. We're gonna make a quesadilla. We're gonna need cheese, chicken, beans, tortillas, a pan, a spatula, and some oil. So, we'll take our flour tortilla. We're gonna put our cheese on half of it. While we're doing this, we have our pan, which you have to be careful because it's gonna be hot, and you're gonna put a little bit of oil in it, and you're gonna put it on medium heat. You just wanna put a teaspoon of oil, which you can measure if you want. Just a little bit, you don't need a lot of oil, just enough to cover the pan so it's not gonna stick. We're gonna cheese our tortilla. You can add whatever you want. You can do just cheese, you can do chicken cheese, you can do cheese and beans.
Polly and Violet like black beans. That's why we put those on their quesadillas. But you can really do anything you want, right?
Anything. You can add tomatoes, you can add vegetables, you can add any kind of protein that you want. You can be creative and you can have fun with it. And that's important because whenever we cook, so we have our quesadilla, we're gonna flip it in half, then you wanna press it down really good with your hand. Press. If a little falls out, just tuck it in. And then you're gonna very carefully bring it over to our pan and just set it in. Now it's medium heat and it's gonna take a few minutes to cook, okay? Probably gonna take 3 to 4 minutes per side.
And how will we know when it's ready?
So in a few minutes, we're gonna take our spatula and we're gonna do a little sneak peek underneath it with the spatula, and it'll be golden brown, and then we're gonna flip it.
So that's one of my favorite things about quesadillas is you can really put anything you want inside. They're so easy to make. I always start with cheese and the black beans because that's what my girls like to eat. You can put chicken, pork, beef, you can even put all kinds of veggies like peppers or onions, whatever you like. And if you like a little bit of spiciness, you can dip it in some salsa when it's ready. Okay, it looks like our quesadilla is ready.
That's right, it's both brown on both sides. So be careful taking it out of the pan. And then you can cut it into little triangles. And you're all set and ready to go. Put it on the plate. Make sure that cool for a little bit so you don't burn your mouth. And there you have your quesadilla.
See how easy that was? And it tastes so good. My girls love quesadillas. Hope you do too. For the recipe, go to NBCConnecticut.com and search Kids Connection.
At NBC Connecticut, we ask our viewers to send in pictures, all kinds of pictures. And sometimes we get really fun videos, like this one. So what are you doing while at home? Send us your photos and videos. You might see them right here on NBC Connecticut.
We hope you enjoyed our show. Everything you saw today can be found on the NBC Connecticut YouTube channel. So grab an adult and you can watch again.
Thanks for watching Kids Connection.